Welcome to Real and Raw. It is January 17th. We are, or I should say I am, cleaning up what we have left over from our processing of, and I shouldn't say processing, but left over of what we have eaten from our processed foods, processed meaning canned foods. I thought I'd bring you to our area of where we keep our canning items. I'm here in our garage. It is a cool day. It's 40 degrees, and just thought I'd bring you down here and kind of take you along what the process is after you can. Most importantly is organization. So January is a great month to organize not just your house, your life, your goals, whatever you have going on, you are wanting to do for the new year. One of mine is to get better organized and just have a better content that helps you through your processing of your foods in your garden. So we have plenty of things that we need to process from last year that is sitting in our freezer. And so in order to do that, I got to clean up the area of the things that I have eaten and the things that I have processed. So let me take you over to that area. Okay. This is what we do. We bring our jars down, our lids. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you're not reusing any of your lids that have any rust on them. So I usually give them a real good check, and then I choose whether or not to use them or not. But obviously you want to go ahead and clean and sterilize your lids. When I say lids, this is actually a ring. But so what I do is I throw out my lid and I keep my rings. This here I'll use on a jar just for something else. I won't actually put food using this lid, but I save my lids and my jars to a lot of different things because sometimes you can kind of mix and match. So, but yeah, I have a mess here to clean up. And we'll do that. I've got some of this area to clean up, get better organized. And most importantly is over here. So I have moved my garlic out here and getting through that just to make sure it's in a dark, cool, airy place. And so the garage is perfect for me for this. And so these are doing really well and have come in handy through not just the holidays, but into the next season when I plant and harvest them. So this area here, this is our tincture area. And so a lot of these things we are going to be over the next couple months getting these put in the appropriate bottle. They're just sitting here and we need to get that area cleaned up. But it's really been fun to see all the things that we are tincturing and how far we have gotten with this process. So moving on to our canning area, and this is it. So I'm in a very tight spot, so I'll do my best to show you. But I went ahead and I strung up all of my rings here so I can keep them kind of aerated, if you will, so they don't get rust, and I just kind of keep them on there after I check to make sure that there's no rust spots. I'll keep them over here. I bring them downstairs and I throw them in there to check over. So just kind of giving them a 1 or 2 check to make sure that I didn't miss any potential rust spots on there. So you have to do what you're comfortable with, and that's what is working for me. So but this here is where we have purchased some more canning jars. We gave away some for the holidays. We gave away some of our canned food, our pickled items, and we also had some jars that we had purchased and gave our vanilla extract away for gifts. So this here is just like a storage area. We're kind of moving through this. This is our bone broth from 2 years ago, and this has definitely been something that we've been using over the last couple months. And we have a friend who actually has a wife that was diagnosed with some bone cancer. And so we're teaching him how to make bone broth because her naturopathic doctor had told her to have bone broth. So that's what we're doing. We got here our lard, and I'm hoping to make some things. This is also 2 years old. I'm hoping to make some things out of that. When we went to go see Polyface Farms, I had purchased some of their tallow, and I absolutely love it. I'm using it on my face, which is very dry. So I've always had very dry skin on my face, and so I'm really excited about the results of that. So, and then this here is our, more bone broth. Okay, so in a smaller jar. So you say, well, that's a lot. Well, you'll go through it if you use it, right? And that's, believe it or not, what we are doing. We are using it and seeing a difference. So we've got some empty spaces here and here, and I need to get those put away as well. So down here are the empty boxes. So these empty boxes mean that we have canned whatever that size is, and we just keep boxes down here for storage if we need them. And sometimes we'll just kind of throw in our jars, and they're all different sizes, so I need to get those organized, as well as of our tubs that we have our wheat berries in. We've got some sugar, some of our remaining salt, and then we have some more jars down here that I need to get organized. And then I think these are here. So that gentleman that his wife was diagnosed with cancer, she actually gave us these jars, which I thought were really pretty. They're green. And I also have some Tiffany blue ones that are really old that I usually pick up in like your antique stores, different shops and things that I see them in. So I just really like those green ones, and we'll use them maybe for decoration, but also to can things in, because she gave me quite a bit of those. And then up here we've got our different vodkas that we use for tinctures. We save the bottles because, it's just what we choose to do, so we can reuse them. We have the necessary things that will accommodate our needs for more tinctures. And then again, some overflow items. We've got plenty of vinegar because, as you know, we do a lot of pickling. So we've got that. And then we have quite a bit of our olive oil that we purchase in Florida. We're going to need some more vegetable oil. But as you can see, I try and keep the same like items in that row, and then I'll know, or I'll push it back so I'll know, okay, I need more of that, or I've used that, or whatever. And some of it's just kind of thrown in here as what happens in life when you have good intentions, but you end up just throwing it on the shelf. So that is going to be my project today as we get ready for our spring, really. We want to get our seedlings started and just get things cleaned up. Sometimes it's just nice to see a video of what everybody's doing to get their areas prepared for the season coming of gardening. Okay, so now we are inside, and this is the area that we keep our canned items inside. So you can see the clear areas of where we have eaten our processed foods. This is our applesauce, apple butter, and then we have some of our jellies down here that I need to get organized, cleaned off, just kind of organized as to what we're in need of, which we're pretty good in jellies. And down here we have some of our salsas. We've got some salsa verde, our other salsas, and we have been moving through those. We've got some of our canned apples that I did. So we have those that we can use for some of our apple pies that we want to maybe make and have ready for the winter. And then we have some of our tomato sauces and our beans, which we've been eating quite a bit of our black beans lately. And then we have some more items down here. So again, this is our storage area. We're making do with what we have. This is just a simple little opening that is underneath our stairs that you see over here to the left. That's just a hollow area that we put some shelving in and got all of our things lined up in there to help us, again, have this extra pantry storage area since we are kind of limited in our kitchen. So again, just some ideas for you if you are limited with space. And now it's time to get cleaned up and organized for the new year. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and get all of this stuff off of these shelves just to kind of get back there, get it cleaned up and somewhat organized. All right. Okay guys, so we are pretty much done with this area. You can see here that I have these bins. They're on wheels, and that makes it kind of easy to pull out and lift up and, you know, put things in there that I may be doing in later videos. So last year, no, 2 years ago, I started baking our own bread, and this is my area. So I try and keep all of my baking items over here because of lack of space in our kitchen. And then I just kind of do a little bit of the preparation work down here. But these are really cool. These are actually something that we got on Amazon, and what they are actually like flour, you know, whatever you want to put in here. Just a quick way of getting a scoop and getting out what you need. And because I am making a variety of breads over the next couple months, I have like different wheat berries. So what I will probably do is move some of that over here so I can kind of get into the mode of making bread more regularly. We had bought quite a bit of bread that we were not expecting to buy, nor that we wanted to buy from the store. Instead, we really want to focus on making our own bread. And so that's kind of been my goal for the new year. So what I do is I just kind of keep, like, these are my cheesecloths that I keep in here. And then I have my beeswax bags. These are reusable, of course, and I keep them down here. And then I have my bread bag, which is rather large, but I usually put like 2 loaves in there and keep it upstairs for the week. I have gotten away from that, so I need to get back to that. And that's okay. Sometimes you fall away from things. Here I have this. I have some sack towels in there and spatulas and wooden spoons and things like that. They are just kind of like leftover from my baking, and I just kind of throw them in there. I have some upstairs that I use, but some of the baking stuff I keep kind of separate. So I just love this basket. It's nice and airy, and it's pretty, you know, to sit on a shelf. And then this one, I'm keeping all of my canned items in, and these are all new or clean. So these are my plastic lids that you've probably seen on previous videos. They have the regular mouth and the wide mouth plastic lid. And you can get these, really, they're selling them even in the grocery store. I think I got mine on Amazon. I don't know what the bigger one is. But they even have really cute wooden ones that, I don't think I have any down here, but I really like them. I'm keeping all of that in there to kind of dress up this area a little bit nicer. And then I have my proofing baskets for French bread. And then I have my round proofing basket that I just cleaned out, and I'm ready to start making some bread again. And then I left some of these larger items up there, but it just kind of has a nice cleaner feel, a little bit more organized look maybe. And then I like to keep things out, even though I have multiple things. I like to keep them out so I can see what I need at a quick glance when we're going to the bulk store. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up some of my gallon tubs with just refill them. And I'll show you what I keep in them. What I do is I keep these on the floor. Keep my eye on them because they're on the floor, but it's fine. So I keep a good lid on these 5-gallon tubs. I think I said they were a gallon, but these are our 5-gallon tubs. And they're called Gamma lids. I can put a link in this video so you can see where you can get them. But they're nice because they open with these grip handles, and it just is a lot better than that flip lid. Do I have an example? That are just a pain to get on and off. So I just pop that off. You know, I have the bucket, I pop that off, and then these come with the ring and then the lid, and you can get those on Amazon. So I still use these, but I won't use them for any type of food storage. I'll use them for other things that we might put in our 5-gallon bucket. So here you can see I have my cane sugar. And I ordered this bulk, but I didn't this time. I just ordered some bigger bags at our big box store. And then I have like about 4 or 5 of these oxygen absorbers that I keep in there. And that just kind of keeps that sugar preserved longer. Okay, so I'm back with my organic cane sugar that I purchased from our store. Is called BJ's. And we really like that store. So I'm going to go ahead and refill my sugar. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and dump this into my sugar container that I keep upstairs to use. I'm just going to go ahead and get this sugar. Since this is already empty, I'm going to use the old sugar. And note that that really matters because sugar lasts a long time. Get into the habit of using up your old before you tap into the new. Whether it's a product that you bought or canned items or whatever. Even the things that you're canning yourself. So now that I have that for upstairs, and I go through quite a bit of sugar. These are 10-pound bags. So when you buy in bulk, you really do save money. I would highly recommend that you buy bulk. You know, if you're doing a lot of things with that particular product item. Add my absorbers back in there. Give it a little shake. So this not only saves space on my shelves in my pantry, or what I made into a pantry, or metal shelf units that I have. It's nice to kind of keep it all together, and I have bulk, but also I don't have to put these sugar bags on my shelves. As well as, you want to be careful about accumulating bagged items. You want to get them into some type of container. That's what I am keeping in these 5-gallon tubs. And then what I'll do is usually wipe around there after I refill it. You always want to focus on as much cleanup as possible when it comes to the long-term storage items in your house, in your garage, wherever. So that's it. All right, so I got that refilled. I'll put back down there. Another thing is I have these here. This is my hard red wheat berries, and I use these quite a bit when I was routinely making bread. It'd be nice if there was a gamma lid for this. I don't know if there is, but you can see the hard red wheat berries. And I picked these up from a local bread supply store. And they actually sell all the different wheat berries as well. We buy this from Azure. This is the Redmond Real Salt. And this is in the USA, and it is unrefined mineral salt. So I won't typically buy any other salt anymore after what I've learned about the salt that we were putting on our food. I'll let you do your own research on that, but basically this is really important that our body does have the right salt. We were kind of taught to not have salt because, you know, all different reasons. I won't even go there, but I will say that it is important that we have salt, but the right salt. And this is the mineral salt, like I said, but it is you probably have seen me on other videos use it. It's a pink salt. It's a Himalayan salt, but this particular one, mined in America. This is mined in America. So you can see the color of it, and it is very good for you. So make sure you're using the right salt when you are baking. Okay, so I keep that in there, and then I take the label off of the things that we put in here and tape it on there because it's just easier to identify. I also, and I'm not going to lift that up there, but I also have some hard white wheat berries and soft white wheat berries. So hard red is there, yeah. So that is it. I've got that stuff all put in their container, and I'm moving on to some other bagged items that we purchased that I want to get into a container and in my eyesight so I don't forget that I have it. So I am out of breath because I keep running up and down the steps, but that's okay. I need to get this done. All right, here is something else that I purchased. I actually purchased this last year and I used it for a couple of different items, but I'm going to try and focus on getting things more in my visual because it's so easy to grab the things that I've had and not use the things that I should be using. And what I mean by that is this is baking soda and this is pure baking soda. So there's sometimes different baking sodas that are sold in stores that are not what you should be putting in your body. Overall, it's been pretty safe, but you just want to make sure that you are using, you know, things that don't have aluminum in them and different chemicals and things like that. So what I'm going to do is, and these are all, believe it or not, washed. I just put them back in their bags. This is a smaller container. And this year we bought, again, from Azure, non-GMO buttermilk powder. And we've made some biscuits with this. We're going to make some waffles with this. We've made pancakes. I mean, it's just amazing. And good for you because it doesn't have the chemicals in it that you can sometimes run into in store-bought items. I'm just going to go ahead and get this in here. And again, I want to get this in my visual, so I do use it and not let it just sit in the cabinet. It also prevents me from having to use up space, use up the real estate, basically, in my cabinets upstairs. So, that is done. I will save this bag. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to probably cut this off and keep that with that. So I have that information when I want to order it again, or I want to know what I need to know from it. But yeah, I would highly recommend that you take a look at Azure Market. They have a website, and you can buy pretty much anything. And what's nice is they'll actually do like a local drop-off spot, and it's once a month, and it's bulk. Some things you can buy that are not bulk, but sometimes you get a better deal when you're buying bulk. It just depends, you know. So sometimes we get them or get items from them, and sometimes we do not because it might be higher price than we thought. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep this in front of here, and I will label that. In fact, I might even cut it right now and get that on there. Okay, so I've got these cut off. I'm going to go ahead and put this in front of there, get those taped on there. And what I like about this is I feel very good about the preservation of this container because it snaps on all four sides. There we go, that one. And this little kit also comes with these little scoops as well, and they have the measurements on there, so that definitely helps. So I don't have to keep reaching for measuring cups, etc. So it's got milliliters, and it's a 1 cup with the measurements scoop. I'm going to go ahead and stick that in there, and I am happy about having that out of the bag and into a container. I'm going to use this other container for my baking soda. And again, check your products that you're buying. This is all pure baking soda. All right, so I've got 2 more that are larger left over, so I will definitely use those. These actually come with little labels and a pen, a chalk pen. This is also PBA-free plastic. But I don't really have to write it on here because I'm going to tape these on there. but I happen to have this, and so I'll just go ahead and use it. My buttermilk. My baking soda. And what's nice about these containers is that they stack on top of each other, and I need as much room as I can get in my cabinets on my shelves, and so I would highly recommend that you get things that stack nicely. I'm going to move through some of my other items that I have in my cabinet. I'll be back with what I'm going to be doing next.